Hi, you're watching Dog Ear Musings, and today I'm doing a report for April. Now, if you don't know what a report is, it's a TikTok trend where you talk about what you're reading, what you're eating, what you're playing, what you're obsessing over, what you are recommending, and what you are treating. And Kieran told me I should do it, so we do what Kieran says here in this channel. So let's get into what I've been reporting this month. So what have I been reading? Well, a bunch of people on BookTube have been reading Beautyland, and I was really curious, and a couple of booktubers who I trust and who know my reading sensibilities really well told me that I should read this book. And I have a confession to make. This is my second time picking this book up. I started it and stopped it early the last time. I have this theory with this book that it's like a miscommunication romance where we are trying to tell each other two different things, and we'll get there at some point. I know I'm going to love this book, but the first time just wasn't the right time for me. So now we're back and I'm loving this book. I think I'm like a quarter of the way in and something is clicking more than the last time I read it. So I'm excited to get to the end because I'm starting to feel what everyone else has been saying with this book, and I think it's just a common case of right book, wrong time, and right now I think feels like the right time with this book. Yay for second chances. Second chance romance.
What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
So what have I been eating? Well, March and April have been a lot of like going out, eating at restaurants, and the weather in Florida has kind of been perfect.
I'm not your dad, but I would get out.
It's not too hot, not too cold. And also coming from the Midwest, it's just been nice to be in a place where people are just excited to go and do things. And so I've just been going to a lot of like really fun new places and new restaurants. One of those being in St. Petersburg. If you ever go, there is this awesome pizza place called Pizza Box, and they have all sorts of really awesome flavor combinations. They have a monthly dessert pizza, and they have this really cool wood burning pizza oven that is awesome. What have I been playing? I don't want to be annoying, but I don't really play games. Again, this is the year that I try to play more games.
Previously on the
Dog-Eared Musings.
Because 2024 is the year that I start playing more games.
I don't know. It hasn't happened yet. There has not been a game that I have gotten into yet, but I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, and one of the podcasts that I've been listening to a lot, I believe is hosted by Audie Cornish. It's called Your Mama's Kitchen. Now, this is a podcast that focuses on well-known celebrities and like just authors and artists and activists, and like how that one pivotal room in their home kind of created pivotal moments in that person's lives that kind of shaped their trajectory as a human. My favorite episode of that podcast has by far been Samin Nosrat's episode, specifically talking about her relationship with food and also her family in Iran. If you haven't seen Samin Nosrat's Netflix special Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat, or read her book, it's amazing. I feel like Samin Nosrat and I would be best friends if we got a chance to meet, or at least I would want to be her best friends. I definitely have a parasocial relationship with Samin Nosrat, and it was really cool to hear this documentary and learn more about her and her experience, and just like kind of thinking more about your career like in hindsight and the different biases that you might have had. What have I been obsessing over? My notes just say straw hat / eclipse. So let's get into it. This is the year of wearing hats. We protect our heads over here just because Florida's sun is strong, and scalps are important, I guess. I don't know. But I've been seeing a lot in like the fashion blogs that I follow and Instagram reels that I follow that this is the year of the straw hat. And I know I'm immune to the influencer peer pressure, and I've just been like really getting into my coastal grandma vibes. And so I'm trying to find a straw hat that has that perfect combination of whimsy and also functionality, and also kind of looks a little zany but makes sense. Have I found it yet? I think I have ideas of what I want in my like dream space for what a perfect straw hat would look like on my head, but I just need to go out and find it. I was like that for months when I was thinking about my perfect beret, and it came into my life, and so now I just need to be like that with my straw hat. But this is the year of straw hats and hats in general. And then also the eclipse. Yeah, I procrastinated filming this video. Yesterday was the solar eclipse. If you stared at the sun, I hope you wore your glasses, because I don't know if you'll be watching this video if you didn't, but the eclipse happened. Yay for space. What am I recommending? Okay, so this is a time where I influence the influencers, you all. Now you've probably watched Kat with Kat Fields Notes, but one of her latest videos was all about Toni Morrison. And that video, I think, not to be dramatic, but I think there are sometimes videos on YouTube that remind me why I love BookTube so much. I mean, I think both of the cats, Ivana, I've done so many shout outs of people who I love, whose channels I love, Super Blomper, Maybe I'm Reading This, just so many awesome channels that exist. And Kat's latest video, which was all about Toni Morrison, I think was one of those videos where I'm like, dang, yeah, this is why I'm on here. This is why I love this community so much, because we just talk about what we love and we give people more information, and it's all about just like the unadulterated passion and seeking for knowledge about somebody's craft and how their past might have shaped their craft, or how someone connects specifically to that art that they're reading. And I just loved Kat's video so much. And it was another one of those awesome moments where that video came out that same day that I had a book club about Morrison's Bluest Eye. And I was able to share that video with our book club, and it helped kind of spike conversation even more, and it inspired a lot of people. And I think just like some of the tips that Kat gave on like you needing to read Morrison more than once, I think that really stuck with me, and also some of the people in book club as well. And then, what am I treating myself? So this video isn't sponsored, but if Marcos does want to sponsor me, I'd be all for it. So Marcos is this really, we're not going to talk about the branding, but it's this really kind of interesting ice cream brand that has all sorts of unique flavors. And the one flavor that I'm going to be talking about in specific is it's caramel peanut butter, and I believe it's some form of chili that's in there. Now I'm a fan of salty and sweet, but I think I'm even a bigger fan of salt, sweet, spice. And this flavor of ice cream does all of that perfectly. It's got little chunks of peanuts in it, it's got caramel, it's got like sea salt in it, and then it's got like a little aftertaste of spice that is just like perfect with the creaminess of the ice cream. And if you have that with like a fudgy brownie, or like just like a little piece of chocolate, it's the perfect dessert. It is amazing. And I'm been nervous about kind of telling people about this ice cream flavor because I don't want it to disappear from my shelves. But you know, we don't gatekeep here at Dog Ear Musings, and hopefully me talking about this ice cream will just make Marcos make more. That has been the report for this month. I'm Monica. You've been watching Dog Year Musings. Happy reading and happy eating.